Huples cat and kitty cat. So we had a plan. There's a 9-kilometre walk in the Rouge, which is in Scarborough City, which is right next to Toronto. So we went to the car parking lot for it. So the car parking lot we went to was closed because of COVID, because it's part of the zoo. So now we're going to head into the Rouge. We're accessing by the camping grounds. Can't imagine camping here. And it's shut of course for safety. So let's see where we're going to go. We didn't bring a map.
We're on the mast trail.
Well, that's something to do with where we're supposed to be. So where are we? You are here, right? So, being a Canadian map, it doesn't show you any of the trails on the map. But I
think they're the light blue lines.
No, that's rivers, hon. Yeah, well, we'll just follow the mast trail. See how far we get. Quite a hike. So, if you notice, none of them show parking entrances.
See Zoo Road. That's where we were supposed to go.
Right, so that's where we're supposed to go, but it's closed, and we're here. So that's not bad. We'll punch on. We'll punch on. So this is 2.2 kilometers one way. Bit of a smaller trail than we expected, but never mind. Well, this is a heavily used trail. That's what is that? That's a human being. Anyways, you can tell by the noise, this is an urban trail, so it's Newfound Parkland. And they were at one point going to build an airport here, which is why the land's actually available. So they put trails down. So, yeah, I guess bikes have been on it. And there's Kitty having a pee-pee. How's it going?
It's going alright.
Where are we?
We're at the Rouge River.
Right. We're at the southern end of the Rouge Park system. Having a map would have helped. But you know what? This was supposed to be an adventure day, and so far it's been quite an adventure.
Goldenrod season.
Yeah, goldenrod season for sure. Alright. Shall we? Back on the lightly trod, quiet nature trail.
Reminds me of the trails behind Senegal.
A little bit noisy here though, isn't it?
Yes.
Somewhat eroded. It's a lot cooler in the forest.
It is.
It's kind of a fun experience going into a park system in the Toronto area that we've never been in.
Yeah.
Which way? That way or that way? No, it's Canada. Such markings as exist are only there to confuse you. There you go, somebody's built a completely dangerous and ineffective shelter. However, if you're looking for punk wood for a fire starting, we've got quite a bit of it there. Alrighty. So we're following white blazes, which means Oak Ridge is trail to me. So whether we're still on the mast trail is arguable. But this is a Spirit of Adventure walk. And if worse comes to worse, I can always drink Kitty's water, can't I? I guess that's a no. So this is the bog standard survival shelter that everybody tells people to make. A couple of things wrong with it. It's really energy consuming to find this wood and drag this wood and prepare it. If you're going to stay somewhere for a couple of weeks, then maybe. What you need to do is this. Most of the year you can do this. Remember, this is heavily trodden area. It's a lot easier over there. You collect this sort of thing and you make a huge mound, low though. And about a foot off the ground, you dig a hole, you go in, and that's where you're going to sleep. Now, if you come with me, I will show you how to do it where it hasn't been trodden down. So this is untrodden area. Again, somebody's trying to build a shelter over there. So all you literally do is this. Even if you're injured or tired, and don't have a shovel, and don't have a saw, and don't have string, it's not going to take you long to build a leaf debris shelter. Obviously you need to keep your clothes on, obviously it's not going to be very visible, so that's the two things you want to do: build a leaf debris shelter or a snow shelter, and something like those but smaller to keep a signal fire going. And you really want green wood during the day and you want dry wood at night, and don't burn the forest down. Kitty, camera woman. This is a definite ridge. We have no idea what trail we're on, and it plunges either side, and the highway noise is starting to dissipate. I can't imagine camping in that camping ground. Alright, let's go and see where we end up.
Downhill.
Like I keep saying, the area we live in absolutely has a ton of water around if you know where to look for it. And although this is pretty polluted, where it's running fast, I would take it and treat it. And we do have water purification tablets with us. We have about 3 litres of water, which is probably inadequate. And yeah, so that was the plan, just to top it up from brooks and treat it. Kitty wants a water break.
I don't have to.
Well, here we are. How long have we been going now?
We have been going 40 minutes.
40 minutes. And we've come across civilization. I feel sorry for whoever's job it is to empty these bins. Oh, there goes Kitty. Okay. So the mass trail goes left and right, but it's closed off. What does it say?
Well, that just goes to Twin Rivers Drive.
This is amusing. So Twin Rivers Drive is half a kilometre that way, but it's shut down. And this is 2.5 kilometres to the Glen Rouge trailhead. Follow white blazes, stay on the trail. For your safety, never hike alone. Steps and steep grades on trail may be slippery during wet winter. Blah blah blah. Okay. Well, what do we do? Do we go a little bit back the way we came and go north, or do we go back?
Or we go this way.
I think that's 2.5 kilometres back.
Oh.
Your decision, Kitty. No pressure.
Well, I don't really want to go back.
Alright, well then we'll go back the way we came. That way. And then we'll follow around.
Okay.
Alright, let's go. How's the pack?
And then we know how to get home. We just come back here.
Right. How's the pack?
Yeah, I'm okay with it.
Right. So we pretty much just crossed the park area to get to this point. But you can still hear the traffic. But other than the traffic, and there's a couple of people on the trail, this is gorgeous. What is it?
It might be a cicada.
Could be. Cool. There's some black-eyed Susans. Goldenrod. So in about 4 or 5 weeks, goldenrod, if you actually just do this with it, it's a bit young for it now, but it should work. If you do this with it, right now you're not getting much of anything. But in 4 or 5 weeks you do this, put it in a basket, filter it a little, and in 1/3 of this to 2/3 of flour extends your flour. Alright, So we're now north of the Mast Trail. We actually did find where we were supposed to go. Very badly marked. They said what, follow the white blazes, so we did, but we couldn't find them. Anyway, what we're doing now is we're deliberately going north because we want to have a longer walk than another 2.5 kilometers on the way back. When you're in the sun, it's way over 30 centigrade, probably low 90s, which for us Canadians is brutal. Very dramatic. Full of strange East European men doing strange European men things. Can ticks live in here? Yeah. Certainly very few insects. So what we're doing now is completely daft. We don't know where we are, we don't have a map, we have a vague idea of direction, and so we are heading on a small little trail trying to find a connection to the north. Now with the size of a park this big, it's actually safe to do it. An illegal camping site. Cool.
Maybe we should go back.
No, we'll go this way. Lots of empties there. So we're now supposed to go in 1/2 kilometre to a road section, but I've got a feeling that we're actually heading north, which is what we wanted to do, so let's plough on. So we crossed the road and it's pretty steep traverse to get to it. We found Vista and it says 1.6 kilometers one way. Kitty says that's the 9 kilometer trail.
Well, the Vista loop, so there's
Right.
probably loop
Right.
somewhere.
Well, did you want to have a spot of lunch?
Oh, we did already.
Oh. Did you want to plough on?
Yeah.
Alright. Nice meadow area here. Again, a lot of this is floodplain now, very well controlled. And of course, a lot of roads. Yeah. A lot of fun, I guess. So here we are, northern end of the Mast Trail. We followed the signs for the Vista Trail and it disappeared. And there's a long loop, south is 3.3. So we're going to head back. Once the people get off the trail. Alrighty, are you up for this, Kitty?
Yeah.
Also in keeping with Canada, when the trail is bleeding obvious, they mark it heavily. So I think pretty much if you are coming here, you've got any sort of physical issues, stick to the wide trails, don't go on the little diversionary trails that we did. I really enjoyed the little trails, even though some of them were like 45 degrees to the vertical. It was quite fun and I definitely would like to come back again and do more. Like I say, we do need a proper map of the area. I just assumed with it being an urban park, it would be overly marked, because that's what you would expect, right? So there are some markings, but the markings, generally speaking, are totally unreliable from what I can tell. Rock and Rona, so I'm not quite sure what that's about. Maybe it's a corona thing, maybe it's a Rona the person, who knows. But those tree elves have been busy. Beautiful. Yes, we are indeed. What a nice thing to do. So we've got about a mile to go through terrain like this, and we're going to go back to the car, and we're going to get in the car, and then we're going to drive home and do an urgent dog intervention, because by the time we get home it will be several minutes past 4 p.m. and Mr. Bear and the kiddies will be in a terrible state. They have to be fed on the dot or they get very agitated. So that's all from me. Remember, SSTF, if you don't prepare, tomorrow will always be worse than today. Part of prepping is, if you're fat and lazy like me, is to get somebody like Kitty to force you out and do some stuff. So that's all from me. Bye!
Bye.
This was the Sleeping Cat production 2020.